Back at it again, and I do want to start off this video by saying, hey, listen, I do apologize for going MIA for a little while there. If you read my community post right here on the channel, I haven't been feeling the greatest the past few days. Definitely feeling better now. My back still really hurts. You know, like when you get sick and like your lower back kind of balls into a knot. I still have that going on a little bit, you know. Lower back don't feel too great right now, but hey, we're feeling better. Feeling blessed, all right? So we're back at it, and I got a lot to cover, all right? A whole lot to cover. Thanks for the well wishes and all of the advice. I greatly appreciate every single last one of you guys. Thank you. But I did want to say I do apologize for going MIA for a little while there. Now, like I said, got a whole lot to cover. Missed some days there, so yeah, I'm coming at you with a lot of stuff today. Okay, we got videos, we got shorts. And by the way, if you haven't checked out my shorts, head over to the shorts tab after you watch this video. And I literally just looked. There's over 1,000 shorts that I've dropped. Okay, over 1,000 of them. And if you don't know what shorts are, they're just short video clips that I've made that are 60 seconds or less. Okay, so they're just short clips, but I have over 1,000 of them. So I mean, you could literally spend several hours or several afternoons just scrolling through shorts alone. Okay, if you haven't watched those, I highly encourage you to do so. But anyway, we got to talk about BET, Black Entertainment, okay? Because they recently talked to some black voters, and I don't think it went the way that they expected it to go. I'm honestly surprised that they even showed this. You know, like, you actually put this out? I'm kind of shocked, right? I'm kind of shocked, but also the fact that they put it out, I think really shows something. Maybe they had nothing else to show, right? They couldn't get the sound bites and the clips that they actually wanted. I don't know. But we're going to be diving into that today, and y'all going to let me know your opinion in the comment section. Like, share, comment, and hit that subscribe button if you are new. And let's dive in.
Welcome back to America in Black. I'm CBS News congressional correspondent Nicole Killian. The race for the White House is coming into focus after Super Tuesday. The country appears to be headed toward a rematch between President Joe Biden and former President Donald Trump. Just like in 2020, black voters will play a critical role in the outcome of this election. More than 34 million African Americans are projected to be eligible to vote this year, and one of the largest blocks of black voters is in Georgia. We traveled to the battleground state to hear what people are thinking and feeling about the state of the presidential race in 2024. Johnny Daniel has been shaping up heads for more than a decade at Supreme's Barbershop in the heart of Henry County, Georgia.
It was mostly Republican, and then I think when Obama came in, it started to shift.
Which swung by more than 16 points for President Biden in 2020.
I want to thank you, the people of Georgia.
And helped Democrats flip the peach state for the first time in nearly 30 years.
Unfortunately, and it's time that we flip that thing right on back, right? Right? I think it's time that we bring it on back home. Bring it on back home to the Republican Party.
Why did you vote for President Biden in the last
Because
election?
of who he ran with, and he was in the White House for the 8 previous years. I felt like he had the experience, but definitively right now, I couldn't tell you that if they open the polls tomorrow, I'm voting for Joe Biden.
So what changed?
Life.
Yeah. Yeah. Obviously, he's no Trump supporter. And he just said, hey, I can't tell you that I'm voting for Biden. If the poll's over tomorrow, I can't say that I am. And for Democrats, that's a major problem. That's a major problem, right? Because obviously we know historically black people have voted Democrat at alarming rates, which honestly is extremely detrimental. And, you know, for one reason, right? If you only vote for one party, and that's the only party you ever vote for, then why does that party have any incentive to do anything for you? They know you're going to vote for them no matter what. So why do they have to do anything for you? You're not going to the Republicans. We've already convinced you that Republicans are the horrible, terrible, no good, very bad people. So we know that you're not going over there. So why do I need to do anything for you? You're going to come back to me anyway. See how detrimental that is? It's very simple. Like it's not overly complicated. That is just common sense to me. And I've used the whole, if you had an employer and that employer basically told you they were never going to fire you under any circumstances, right? You're going to be happy at first. You're going to show up to work on time. You're going to get the work done. Like, you're going to be, oh, yes, I got an employer that rocks with me, that believes in me. I love it. But eventually you're going to start showing up late. Eventually you're going to start leaving early. And even on the days where you do show up on time, you're not really going to do a whole lot. You're going to half do the work. Right? Eventually, you're going to stop showing up. Oh, I can't be fired anyways. I don't feel like going today. Yeah, I'm not showing up. You see what I mean? Like, it's the same thing. It's the same kind of situation going on here. So, it's a little sad that it's taken this much for some people to realize it. But I am happy that people are waking up and realizing maybe I shouldn't actually be voting for these folks. It's a beautiful thing. I love it.
The inflation and the things that we're going through right now. I want the right person so that I'm not paying $8 for eggs, $15 for gas.
Even though things may be improving economically, but you feel there's a disconnect.
Yeah, there is a disconnect. But the way these last 3 or 4 years have been, this is the worst it's ever been in my life. I never would have even considered thinking about voting for Donald Trump. But living in America these last 4, it's a consideration.
That's why the black people like me, because they have been hurt so badly and discriminated against.
The politics are an ongoing debate between Azad Ahmadi, member of the Georgia Black Republicans, and his girlfriend Alexandra, a registered Democrat, who at times sit on opposite sides of the aisle.
So even though you have political differences, it's not a deal breaker.
No, it's not a deal breaker.
Oh, no, absolutely not.
So in 2008,
now wait till y'all hear this. I am shocked that they even showed this. I'm surprised that they even showed this clip, because just listen to what they say.
in 2012, you voted for
Barack Obama.
Barack Obama.
2016,
I voted for Donald Trump.
Hillary Clinton.
2020,
Donald Trump.
Biden.
and who will you vote for in 2024?
Donald Trump.
Donald Trump.
Oh. Oh boy. Oh boy. Man, don't you love it? Don't you love it? Who'd you vote for? Barack Obama. Which I feel like every black person voted for Barack Obama. Not literally, but probably 98%. I don't have the exact numbers on that, but I'd be willing to guess that 98% of black people voted for Barack Obama. And we can get into how terrible of a decision that was. But, you know, Barack Obama, Hillary Clinton, Joe Biden, and now she says Donald Trump. I'm shocked that they even, like, this should have been a deleted part of the video. I'm shocked that they even showed this. But hey, that's the direction this country is going, man. That is the direction this country is going. And I am loving it. Every bit of it.
You may vote for the former president.
I may.
Why do you say that?
My views on certain things have changed. I am very much so riding the fence.
What are you struggling with?
Being in a pattern of doing the same thing that I've been doing, because it's kind of like second nature. Like when you go in a poll, you hit Democrat. Something has to happen. I mean, it's just so expensive to survive. And we're planning on having kids. I don't want to live in a stressful environment trying to rub two pennies together to try to make it either.
Facts.
When did you make that decision to check a different box?
Donald Trump's first term. I'm saying first term because I'm pretty sure he'll be in there for a second term here soon. But in either case, post-Obama, I decided that The party just wasn't suitable to the goals that I
How
had.
did you come to that conclusion? Because at the end of the day, former President Obama was the first African-American president in history.
That's just
I
true.
mean, as a black man, I would assume that
He was only half black.
meant something.
Absolutely. You know, I attended the inauguration on his first term. I grew up outside of Washington, D.C. in the 80s and 90s, came through the system as an institutional Democrat, went through a lot of the experiences that young black men go through, good and bad, ended up leaving that environment, grew up, started looking at the world through a new lens.
Black men are a coveted demographic for both parties. President Biden received 91% of the black vote in 2020. Former President Trump only got 8%, but black men supported him at 3 times the rate of black women. The Biden and Trump campaigns are also courting young voters who could be key, something that is not lost on these students at historically black Clark Atlanta University.
What is the most important issue to you in this election?
Austin Euler is a Democrat.
I think the biggest thing is start looking more in-house on our issues rather than always trying to be the world's savior.
Ajankaya Sumas is an independent.
Protecting my rights as a black woman, my right to abortion, I don't think any man should have any say in what I choose to do with my body.
And Jacob Jones is a Republican.
Emotional plea. Emotional plea. And you know what's sad too? It's sad because I saw a statistic that said the #1 killer of black youth is abortion. And to hear somebody say something like that, it's just like, man, really? But hey, black women still vote Democrat at over a 90% clip, and Democrats play on their emotions. And it's sad to see. It really is. It's crazy. It's crazy.
Republican.
If we can just take steps towards clearing our debt, I feel like it'll be a better nation, a better country.
How are you feeling about this election?
I don't know if you can see me sweating right now. It just feels like it's the same as last time, and you're really basically forced to vote between 2 older people.
You used the word forced.
Yeah, it does feel kind of forced. If you go back to the Trump era, there's always going to be something in the news. If you want to stick with the Biden era, you have to just deal with the fact that a lot of people already have a viewpoint on him. All the good things he's done, it's hard to change someone's mind.
As a younger voter, I don't want somebody who's many generations ahead of me, Biden being one of the oldest presidents, and he's fairly older. Same with Trump.
I think of President Biden, he kind of sold a dream that he couldn't accomplish. His famous quote was that for African American, you weren't black if you didn't vote for Joe Biden.
What do you think of former President Trump?
I think President Trump was a bad people's person, but a great leader. He put our economy in a booming state. He provided a permanent funding for all HBCUs.
This is also the same president who, when 5 minority young boys were arrested in New York for a crime they didn't even commit, said that we need to bring back the death penalty. So
there were a lot of people saying that exact same thing for what they were accused of actually doing. So to use that as oh my goodness, he's racist. All right, cool. You can have that one. But what about what your homie just said there? Joe Biden just told you if you don't vote for him, then you ain't black. That ain't racist? I bet you if Trump said it, you'd have something to say about it. What about when Joe Biden called black kids roaches? What about when Joe Biden said Barack Obama was the first clean and articulate mainstream black male? What about that? What about when Joe Biden said, I don't want my kids growing up in a racial jungle? What about when Joe, I can keep going with this. This is my gripe. People come up with the same tired line. It's the same thing. Oh, Trump and the kids that were accused of, and he said blah blah blah. What she just said. Because I've gotten into discussions with folks, and that's one of the things that they always bring up. And I'm like, that's all you got? That's it? And then of course I go on my little rant that I was getting ready to go on there, because as y'all know, I can keep going, there's more. You know what I'm saying? It's just absolutely ridiculous, the hypocrisy. Like, nobody ever wants to mention even the most recent case, right? When Joe Biden literally called LL Cool J boy. Boy. Now, see, and this is my thing. If Trump had said that, it would be everywhere. It'd be, oh my goodness, Trump shows exactly who he really is. But because it's Joe Biden, it's shh. I bet you a lot of people have forgotten about that already. And that wasn't that long ago. That was probably less than a year ago. Joe Biden literally called LL Cool J boy. And then messed up his name, of course. And of course, we can't forget about if you don't vote for me, then you ain't black. But like, that never gets mentioned. Except for by this Republican guy, but Democrats never want to bring that up. But Trump and the black kids, and he said this. Oh my goodness, oh my goodness. That's all you got? That's it? Really?
I support President Trump because President Trump supports us. At the end of the day, if it wasn't for opportunity zones, my business has made a 180-degree change. There's $100 billion worth of capital gains investments that is flooding the African-American community all over. It is our opportunity to get ours. What he's done for HBCUs is a graduate of Howard University, a proud graduate of Howard University. We no longer have to go to Congress and beg every single year for appropriations for universities that were founded by Congress. This president got it done. When it comes to criminal justice reform, what's going on is amazing. African-American unemployment is ridiculous. So I support the president because the president supports us.
So yeah, you heard some of that there. Now, while we are moving in the right direction, and I'm still shocked they even showed what they showed, there's still a bit of hypocrisy going on, and a bit too much if you ask me, right? For the reasons that I just mentioned. It's just absolutely insane what's happening, in terms of the hypocrisy. It's just absolutely crazy, right? But once again, we are moving in the right direction, which is great to see. And I do think that Trump, when he said too big what was the line? Was it too big to rig? Or I feel like it was a variation of that, but I do feel like that does have some credence, because I think if we do show up in the numbers that we're supposed to show up, we gotta win. But with the added, us black folks who are going to support Donald Trump, mainly black men. There's some black women, of course. I want to give black women their credit too, but not as many. But there are some that are switching as well. Plus the Latino community, now supporting Donald Trump at even higher numbers. I think that'll put the thing just too far out of reach. And I mean, every single poll, and I know polls aren't everything. You got to take them with a grain of salt. Every single poll that you look at now, I mean, it's Trump, 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 Trump. Every single poll has Trump winning. And some of them outside of the margin of error, he's winning. So when you have that in combination with the videos and the clips that we've all seen, and now you got a clip from BET itself, of people talking about, yeah, I'm actually voting for Donald Trump. I think Joe Biden has a major problem on his hands. But as always, y'all let me know your thoughts and your opinions on this in the comment section below. Like, share, comment, and hit that subscribe button before you go. Peace and love. I'm out.